Get a Job in Tech, episode 236. 3 types of individuals you're most likely going to run into when you work in IT or in tech. First one is the one who finds the problems, and usually they care enough and they point them out, but that's where they stop. That's the end point there. The second one is the one who finds the problems and proposes solutions. Like this could be an email saying like, this is the issue. This is what I think the issue is. Finally, these are the solutions that I think we should follow for this outcome. And thirdly, the one who just executes. They just do it. Whatever the solution is, they just follow orders, essentially. The thing is, you probably need all 3 of these in your workplace. This is good to have all 3 because there's different attributes that are good for all 3 of these type of individuals. So for instance, the one who just executes whatever the solution is given, this could be a perfect role for someone who works in help desk. And their role in help desk is just to call people. Hey, this is down, or this is an issue. They're not a call center, but they're the help desk, but their job is to call people if there's an issue. Server's down. They're not the sysadmin, but they call people. So that's a good function of them. The one who finds the problems, but they don't stop to they don't fix them, essentially. Those are good. Those are some of the same thing. You could be a help desk administrator, help desk admin, where they see this is the issue, and I see, here you go. Can you they pass it off to somebody else. And then thirdly, someone who finds the problems and prepares solutions. Obviously, these are the sysadmins, or these are probably even the system engineers, because obviously you've worked enough years in the roles to identify the issue and then propose a solution. These are the 3. Now, don't forget, when you work in IT or work in tech, you have different personality traits. So you might have some introverts, you might have some extroverts, and usually you can tell right away when you walk into. If you've been around a long time, you can usually tell who the introverts are and who the extroverts are, and the ambiverts, if you will. But usually you only have one or the other. It's extrovert or introvert. The good thing is that those verts, if you will, they have different traits and how they can do things well in an IT world. Now, obviously, we're coming up on the time when maybe we get Windows 2025, I think, is out, Server 2025, and it's not yet automated. And I know Windows had a command line server at one point. Now they're probably going to try to push that again in a couple years, but for now they're not doing it. And with Windows servers are still, sysadmins still have plenty of, they're fully employed, let's say that. There's definitely is a lot of jobs for sysadmins out there going forward, and I see it on the rise, obviously, because they're going to need more people. Obviously, probably most likely people are going to go more to the cloud. Companies are going to go more to the cloud, so you're still going to need sysadmins for this type of role. And generally, if you're in a sysadmin role and like you're in a help desk, usually you should spend like anywhere from 1 to 3 years in help desk. Usually that's the sweet spot to get out and then move into sysadmin. And usually your sysadmins are there from anywhere from 3 to 5, 6, 7, 8 years roughly as a sysadmin, and then a senior sysadmin. You could be a senior sysadmin as well. So it depends on really your skill set and certifications that you got. And then finally, like a senior engineer or a system engineer, usually that's someone who they've been in the industry maybe 6, 7, 8 years, and usually that's usually where they retire at, is a senior or a system engineer, or maybe even a senior system engineer. And then finally you have the system architect, and usually those are more inclined to management, or they're the ones who talk to the customer most of the time, and they strategize about what solutions needed for this. And usually you've been in the industry 10 plus years, And that's the top of the food chain as far as IT is concerned for the worker bee, for the ones who we call them implementers, right? If you ever seen a posting or the word implementer, that's what your role is. You're an implementer. You're someone who performs an action essentially. And with solutions architect, you do some of that. You do some implementing, where you do hands-on, and then you do some research, and then more proposals for the solution. And when you get into that route, when you get into sysad or a solutions engineer, you're going to the conferences now. You're the one going to the conferences. You're going to the different trainings, mostly sales trainings. They're sending you to sales trainings, so they want you to be able to talk about the product from a sales perspective. So those are the type of roles, and obviously the type of people. Just 3 people. And thanks a lot. We'll see you next one.